Hey everybody, welcome back to TheScottSpot. And you may be wondering what we're doing on the Xbox 360 dashboard. Well, first of all, my avatar's name is Magma976. It's just, this is really old. I've had the Xbox since literally probably like 2006 or some craziness. But anyway, you may be wondering what we're playing today, and it is Final Fantasy XIII. You may be wondering, well, why the hell are you starting this game now when you have 3 more games that are currently going on? Well, it's not that I want to stop those games, and I'm certainly not going to. But as you may know, if you're a fan of this Final Fantasy XIII series, the third game in the series, Lightning Returns, is coming out in less than a month, on like February 11th or some shit. So I'm definitely planning on doing that. I'm a big fan of the series, and I want to do a Let's Play of it. But if you haven't played the first 2 games in the series, you would probably have little idea of what's going on. So I want to get everybody up to speed on that. But let's stop wasting time, or actually, speaking of wasting time, in an effort to get both games out before Lightning Return comes out, I'm going to have to do some fancy shenanigans. It's probably a really unrealistic goal, and it probably won't happen, but I'm probably going to either record huge batches and release multiple videos in a day. I don't see that happening simply because of the reason where my computer's not really meant for video editing, so it takes Premiere like years to do anything as far as exporting videos and whatnot. So I can't release a bunch of episodes per day, but I can do something. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm going to go ahead. First of all, isn't it funny that the smallest icon on this freaking screen, or the thing this system is meant to do, is play video games, and you've got this little icon on the main screen for playing the game. But anyway, let's go ahead and start. They're going to show us, the Square Enix logo and everything. And I'll talk more about the game as it goes on. But for now, I'm going to shut up and let you enjoy the intro trailer. Final Fantasy XIII. Sorry, I had to. I may have mentioned this in like my very first video ever, but I'm a huge fan of Final Fantasy and RPGs just in general. And yeah, so let's get some settings going. Camera should be fine. Event subtitles I will turn on for the hearing impaired. Speaker names on. Non-event subtitles on. Battle speed, normal's fine. Default battle command. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. I'm not promising this is going to be like an auto battle only run, but I'm going to try my best to use typical commands. So we'll see how that goes. I prefer from list for target selection. Battle help messages. I'll leave that on. Yeah, so let's see how that goes, shall we? Anyway, before we get started, I'm going to give you just a little bit of information on the plot of this game, because it kind of throws you into the middle of things, and I just think that it could have used with a little bit better explanation of what's going on. Basically, this game takes place on the planet of Cocoon, and it actually closely neighbors another planet, Pulse, and these two planets hate each other. They're like mortal enemies. So basically, there was this town in Cocoon where something from Pulse was found, and there hasn't been anything seen in 500 years, so that caused a huge panic. And people on Cocoon are so afraid of things on Pulse that they are actually going to deport everybody who was in the town where the thing from Pulse was found. So basically, imagine if your whole town was getting deported because they found a terrorist in your town. So yeah, that would be the premise of this game, and we open as on the train where everybody's getting deported. So I will just shut up as the intro starts and let you enjoy this awesome intro.
The 13 days after we awoke were the beginning of the end.
You serious?
Be quiet.
Best of luck. She did it! Hands high! You alright? I'm out of the sea. So far, so good. They all want to fight.
Good for them. Give me that. What the?
Ah, poor Sazh. Lightning is definitely a badass chick you don't want to mess with, for sure.
Hey! Let's be rational now! Let's send in the big guns now. What do we do?
Watch and learn.
Alright, our first battle. Luckily, we don't really need to do the tutorials because I'm familiar with how it works. I'll do my best to explain the combat as it goes along, but yeah, so we're going to skip it. Right now we only have two commands, attack and blitz. Right now we really only need to be concerned about attack because blitz is an attack that does more damage, but it's better listen to me, for major or groups of enemies. So yeah, that was easy, no problem at all.
Fall back!
Not so tough now, huh? Hey, that wasn't like a challenge now, alright? Hey! Coming up! I'm coming! Hey!
Jump! Heads up.
This thing won't give up.
Indeed it won't. I love how seamless the transitions were there. Alright, round two. It's a little tougher this time, but still not much we need to worry about. Alright, so its main attack is the wave cannon. It does a substantial amount of damage. And it may not be looking like I'm putting much effort in now, I'm just choosing attack over and over, but that's because it's true. One of the key criticisms of this game is that it holds your hand for way too long, which I mean I can't really disagree with, but it's so fun and unique, and if you've never played a Final Fantasy before, this is definitely, or if you've played a Final Fantasy before, this battle system is unique enough that it keeps your interest despite that. But anyway, let's go ahead and try to finish this guy before it finishes us. Well, we're critical now, but no matter. But yeah, so this battle system's really not going to open up to us for a good while. As you can see, at the end of every battle, you get rated a certain ranking depending on how you did compared to a target time. So yeah, for the most part, we're going to be getting 5 stars for a good while.
Oh goodness. Woo! We did it. Hey! Aren't you supposed to protect civilians, soldier? I mean, you are Sanctum, aren't you? What are you doing trying to stop the purge? Why don't you tell me that?
I was a soldier.
Hey, where do you think you're going? Man. Chocobo, just can't catch a break, can we? Yeah, that's a good question. Oh well, I better follow her. I'm getting too
Hanging edge. Restricted zone. Alright, so it's going to give us a tutorial on camera control, but that seems pointless. This is just telling us about the data log. Basically, it's a diary or journal where a bunch of info on the game is kept, from story to character, plot information to enemy intel and all that kinds of good stuff. And just look at these graphics. Aren't they just amazing? I was so impressed when I first played this game, and this came out a long time ago now. I want to say like 2006 or 2008. Wait, no, that can't be right. 2000. Let's see, I graduated in 2009, high school I mean, so that means this came out in 2010, I believe. And these graphics still hold up today, I mean, for the most part. There's rough areas for sure, but I'm still amazed and breathtaking every time I play. So let's see what we got on our menu screen real quick here. Status, you can use that. You can probably figure out what each one's for. And the UI on the menus for this game is just amazing too in comparison to past Final Fantasies. Yeah, so all Sazh can do right now is attack. Equipment. Lightning uses gun blades, Sazh uses 2 pistols. We can equip accessories here, but that's not necessary right now. The item inventory, it gets like a new flashing icon every single time. Let's see, you got a shop access here. The data log is an actual item. Got a GravCon unit, which we'll explain later, but Lightning can basically use that to do gravity tricks. That's how she's been flying around and shit in the cutscenes. And a survival knife, we'll get to that later. But like I was saying, the inventory, every time you get a new item, even if you already own other copies of that item, this thing flashes. Super annoying, but there's our map. So we probably won't be checking the inventory menu every time. Let's see what the data log has to say. I know that the data log is kind of boring. You guys probably don't want me reading these out loud in the video, but I feel like there's a lot of important story information here, and this can explain it better than I could. So, Defiers of Fate. Lightning and Sazh are held aboard a military purge train along with a group of civilians destined for exile. In stark contrast to the uncertain and despairing people around her, Lightning appears determined and focused. She seizes upon an instant of inattention to disable a guard, and her impressive display inspires Sazh and the other civilians to take up arms against the soldiers. After clashing with army forces, the train crashes to a halt in the war-torn district known as the Hanging Edge. Sazh attempts to figure out Lightning's angle, but she shows little desire to share. The former soldier throws herself into battle without the slightest hint of hesitation. What could be driving her? Alright, and this is just giving us more information about how to play the game. We've got controls, how to save, how to shop. Yeah, you do all your shopping at save points in this game. It's all online shopping. The mini-map, blah blah blah. How to talk to people. Yeah, there's one weird thing about this game is that you don't press a button to talk to people typically. They just talk automatically. I think they probably thought they were being innovative, but it is an annoying feature. Auto jump, when you get to certain points, Lightning or whoever you're controlling will automatically jump over objects. Blue means you can jump over it, red means you can't do anything with it. Treasure spheres, and how to skip cutscenes. Yeah, good to know. Yeah, so here's an example of enemy intel. You can go into your data log to look at past enemies that you fought. And the check mark means you've gotten all the info on them. Getting all the enemy info is very important, and I will go into that later. But yeah, so settings, we've already looked at this earlier. So let's move on, actually. Like I said, I'm not even going to bother checking the inventory. So this is a save point, so why don't we go ahead and create our first save, shall we? We're using storage device. Alright, so this is going to be save data 9. Have to try to remember that. Alright, so let's get started. Yeah, this place is definitely a wreck. Alright, enemies appear on the field in this game, which is, I think, is one of the first mainline Final Fantasies to do that. If you touch an enemy, you basically initiate battle. Let's see what was added to the data log. Alright, so let's do this. Alright. I'm not going to show every battle in the game, but I may as well show new enemies, or new enemy encounters. And honestly, I probably could have gotten them with Blitz. So these are SciComm soldiers. Basically, they're the main army force we're going to be fighting for a good portion of the game.
What do you suppose this is?
What?
Leaving its toys out now?
You don't know, Sazh? Basically, these ports are used to bring machines and monsters through. It's like a teleport device for the army. Oh, jeez. You can definitely tell they went all out with the graphics in this area to impress you from the start. Here we go. For the most part, I'll show the battles, I guess, for the beginning of the game, just so you can get a feel for them. They're all important anyway. Thanks, Sazh. And I do love the battle music in this game. We've yet to get all the way into the main portion of it, but it's probably my favorite battle theme in the game, or in the series. Explosions everywhere. Oh, let's try a blitz. No, they're not close enough together. Wait, no, a blitz would be great. Ha! Yeah, so a blitz is good if enemies are grouped close together, because that would takes multiple ones out. See, but a regular attack would have been good there because the other two soldiers died first. Boom. Still got 5 stars though, so we're good. I've never actually attempted a no auto battle run before, and like I said, I'm not promising that this is what this is going to end up being, because like I said, I've never tried it, so I don't know if I'll actually be good enough to fight enemies without auto battle, especially some of the tougher enemies. But for now, we'll give it a try, shall we? All right. So this is our. Really, Sazh? Because I feel the same way. This is a treasure sphere, basically this game's equivalent of a treasure chest. Got a potion, those are good for healing. Gosh. Cutscene.
Not wanting to get purged, I get. But taking on trained soldiers?
Better to die than get sent to Pulse. It's hell for brimstone.
Yeah, well, hell's not sounding too bad. Because this place ain't exactly paradise.
Domesticated peacekeepers. Nothing to worry about.
Well, maybe not for a soldier girl, but I'm trying to say, hey!
Domesticated peacekeepers. I like the way she puts that. Alright, so these guys are a bit more quicker and more dangerous, but again, it's not something we'll have to worry about for too long. Go on, Lightning. Soldiers down. No, not auto battle. As you can see, I'm not used to not using auto battle. By the way, I'm sort of fumbling through the menus at points. This will probably be like maybe the, I want to say, 5th time I played through this game. That's probably exaggerating, maybe 4th. Ah, well, though. I really love it. I don't understand. I mean, I understand the criticism of it, but it's like, you can't, just because a game has bad points to it doesn't make it a bad game. I love this game. Gameplay can get a little stale at times, but it's very intricate, and the plot is amazing in my opinion. It has its downsides, of course, but anyway. Can we go over here yet, or is this a save point? Actually, let's go on this little side thing first, shall we? And there's probably a treasure chest up here. Yep, just as I suspected. 2 potions.
No need to be pushing now.
Get out of the way, Sazh. Well, maybe if you wouldn't get in my way, there wouldn't have to be any pushing. I'm probably going to skip most of the save points here, simply because I know I'm not in any danger of dying. Hey, buddy. What do we got here? This is a SciComm aerial recon. Oh well. Also, I don't know if I'm going to get 5 stars as often, since I'm assuming I don't know the best battle tactics compared to what auto battle would use. This guy's taking a little bit more hits. That's enough of that. Get him, Sazh. Finally. I should have just finished him off myself, but I thought Sazh would go into action sooner than that. Alright, there's that. Let's go over here. What do we got? This would be an iron bangle. Okay, our first accessory. We can equip that shit. It's good to equip stuff on your party leaders. Increases maximum HP by 50. Because the character that you're controlling, if they die, they actually... Okay. Anyway, let's keep moving. Guess we could have jumped over that, but then we wouldn't have got that treasure chest, would we? But anyway, what I was saying is that if whoever the character you're controlling dies in battle, it's game over. It's one thing I don't like about the battle system, and they fixed in the sequel. Oh, that looks good. Oh god, I've never noticed that before. That shows what you get for just running blindly forward. It's not too difficult, Sazh. 50 gil. More soldiers. I should have used Blitz, honestly. Nope, Blitz. Ah, I missed him. Okay. You're going down, soldier. Sorry about that. I like her little flaily cape thing. Okay. Now what? Just keep moving forward. Another thing this game is criticized for is how linear the paths are, and while that's true, I mean, it doesn't really bother me.
Preemptive strike.
Rebels! So much for the element of surprise.
I guess so. Alright, now it's going to teach us how to use items, but it's really simple. You pick items from a menu. The only thing unique about this game as far as items go is it doesn't actually use any time from your ATB gauge to use it. So it's best to use items between rounds of attack. Stop it, Pantheron. Ah, you see that enemy just got staggered. That's very important and it's key to defeating enemies in this game. But I will wait to go into detail onto it a little later. As you can see, I'm also able to use only one attack at a time instead of two if I prefer. I knew that was about to happen.
Do we turn back?
There's no time.
Then what do you suggest we do?
Quiet.
Hey! 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 Wait! No, no! Don't leave me!
Let go!
No, hell no! You're my only way out of here! No! Hey, that might get us across. Right there. Right?
Looks that way.
All right, you leave this to me.
Alright. So what Lightning just did there was use that anti-grav device I was just talking about a minute ago. Hey fellas. Basically, it's something that allows normal humans, or in this case soldiers, to simulate magic. Under normal circumstances you can't use magic in this universe, but I will go into more detail on that in a bit. Oh, I should blitz these guys. Ha! Let's do it again. You guys are gonna be that way. Shit. Oh, I should use an item. I feel slightly inadequate. Oh, you guys are gonna get close together, huh? Well, we'll see how that goes for you. Damn it. See if The enemies and your characters move dynamically around the battle, so positioning is very important. You do have a slight control over it based on where your enemy is and what move you use. No, we won't worry about that. Let's get rid of this warden. Oh yeah.
Hey, this way.
Alright, up here then. I'm here. Hold your horses. There's another save point. Let's read what let's just add it to the data log. Fields of War. Suspect citizens of Cocoon are wrenched from their tranquil existence and threatened with exile to the world of Pulse. The purge has begun. The land below is said to crawl with unknown perils, and terrified civilians begin to rebel against the purge. A revolt also occurs on the train transporting purge deportees, as Lightning's battles against the guards galvanizes the other prisoners into action. The train comes to a halt in the district of the Hanging Edge, now a hellish war zone where soldiers open fire indiscriminately upon civilians. Lightning makes her way through the middle of the conflict, all but ignoring her uninvited companion, Sazh. She seems determined to press onwards even when the path before her is destroyed by military strikes. Indeed. So, unfortunately the data log, especially the plot section, is keen to repeat itself somewhat, so that can get kind of annoying, but it also sort of better explains what motivates the characters. And while I still think the story is good without the data log, it certainly helps clarify a lot of things. Let's press some buttons. Bleep, bloop, bleep, blop, bleep, bleep, bloop, bleep. Good job, everybody. And here we are. Oh boy, who are these guys? Doesn't look good. I guess not.
Deportees, are we? Weapons down. I'd hate for this to turn ugly.
Turn ugly?
He wants to kill us without a fight.
Time's up!
God. Psycom is full of some douchebags, it seems like. I love the boss music in this game. Alright, this is the attack chain tutorial. And basically, what it's going to tell us is that the key to winning battles. Basically, you chain together attacks, and eventually it will stagger the enemy after enough attacks. Once that happens, their defense lowers greatly. Let's blitz this sucker. See, I just staggered him, he turned yellow and everything, and now his attacks are going to be much weaker. Mr. Psycom Marauder. Blitz. Oh shit. You can make it, Sazh. Oh man, I'm not sure Sazh is going to make it actually. Luckily, I think that Lightning, even if Sazh goes down, Lightning can finish the battle for him. That's another thing. You don't want to get too risky, but if one of your companions dies in battle and you still think that you can finish without him, if it's not going to be too much of a time difference, you might as well, because it's going to affect your final battle time if you waste time reviving your fallen ally. That wasn't so tough. You should have put down his weapon.
So, soldier. What's your angle? What is it, classified military info? Huh? What's the matter? You quit, didn't you? Did you think I'm gonna go out there and just tell everybody your secrets?
Huh? My angle. I'm after the fal'Cie. Still happy you tagged along.
Didn't have a choice.
Ooh, intrigue. Real quick, I'm going to explain what a fal'Cie is, since the game hasn't bothered to do it yet. Basically, this world is dominated by godlike creatures called fal'Cie. There's fal'Cie in charge of water and fire and light and all that good stuff, even food production. Basically, the fal'Cie take care of the humans, even though they're far superior. There's a fallacy for Cocoon and fallacy for Pulse, and the whole reason this thing started was because a fallacy from Pulse was discovered on Cocoon.